Dark day for New Zealand.
We've just got evidence that being under house arrest and wearing an ankle monitor count for piss all if you're a committed psychopath. The man who's just killed 2 and wounded 6 in a shootout in New Zealand had both those things forced on him by a judge during a recent sentencing for domestic violence. House arrest turned out to be a particular joke because Matutangi Matua Reid was given an exemption so he'd go to his workplace, a construction site in Auckland. Only instead of carrying a bag of tools, he brought a pump-action shotgun. Walked around the site shooting people until the cops got to the scene.
And a grisly end.
Well, how's this for police speak?
The offender fired at police, injuring an officer. Shots were exchanged and the offender was later found deceased.
No jail for him.
Well, orange is the new black for one of our racing identities.
You know it's only a matter of time for you to get in trouble with the law when you're described as a racing identity. Kellie Kersley is daughter of legendary track supremo Fred Kersley. She's just been jailed for 6 months after being found guilty of charges relating to $455,000 in cash, allegedly belonging to one of Australia's most prominent bikies. Police said cash, comprising $100 bills, belonged to rebel kingpin Carl LeBrook. Seriously, does anyone in the world possess C-notes nowadays other than bikies and pensioners?
Cash money, I'm gonna make it rain.
Kellie knows LeBrook because her goddaughter is the career outlaw's former partner. That's her there.
She's not a criminal. I don't care what the judge says.
Kellie had told the judge she was just looking after the cash for Carl, but the cops said the money was made illegally and Kellie should have known that.
Yeah, it's a lot of money to be looking after.
Yeah, Carl's lawyer Michael Tredori addressed this a while ago. He said that his client often kept a lot of folding. Apparently the banks won't let him open even a Dolomite account, so the takings from Carl's Mount Hawthorn restaurant burn a hole in his pocket as cash.
Wait a second, the head of the rebels owns a restaurant?
He's got to eat. Imagine life in that kitchen.
What do you think this is, a talk show? No. Cook your dish and shut your fat mouth!
It's called Casa Blanca. Don't know if there's a coincidence here, but the cafe announced the day before Kersley was jailed that it was shutting down permanently.
Well, the judge believed the cash that Kersley had was dodgy.
The case against Carl is still going on, so we're not going to talk about his role for fear the judiciary finds me in contempt of court and I'm playing mummies and daddies with the rebels bikie gang in Hakea.
Oh, God.
What we can say is the magistrate hearing the case didn't believe Kellie's excuse for having the cash because her excuse was self-evidently ridiculous. Kellie said she was innocent of the charge of possessing or obtaining unlawfully obtained property because she thought the cash was LeBrook's hard-earned savings.
Which she buried.
Well, that's what you do when you're convinced of the legitimate provenance of thousands of $100 notes, right?
Hey.
If you think everything's above board, you dig a hole in a garden at your racehorse training property at Ascot and you hide it there like she did, right? And that's what I'd do. Kellie said she buried cases of cash because there'd been a recent fire at her home and she had a bunch of tradies coming in and out of the house, which means she trusted the head of the Rebels Outlaw motorcycle gang more than a few chippies and sparkies.
Despite neither of us being able to read or write, we're still making triple what most people who went and got a uni degree are making.
Even more unbelievable was her reason for the bizarre way she gave some of the money back to Carl. She put it in Christmas wrapping paper, along with a My Little Pony and an inflatable pool toy which she said were gifts for Carl's former partner's kids. She told the court it made sense, and I quote, to kill 2 birds with 1 stone by putting the toys next to $200,000 in cash, which police allegedly found on the back seat of LeBrook's car on December 28.
Bullshit!
Kellie also said wrapping the cash in Christmas paper was insurance against someone stealing it in the event she crashed her car whilst delivering the mullah to the bikie.
Bullshit!
What is it with bikies and horse racing?
Been that way for decades. Shocking, really. I mean, why would outlaw motorcycle gangs be at all interested in a multi-billion-dollar industry full of chances which operates exclusively on largely untraceable amounts of cash?
Who's interested?
Any bet made in Australia that's under 10 grand goes through without scrutiny, and every bet is made in cash because authorities don't want punters to be able to just hand over a credit card. They'd prefer we go to an ATM and get a cash advance at 18%. All of which means the TAB could innocently be WA's biggest money washing operation.
You can bet on the TAB. Yeah, when it's legal.
And it's wholly owned by the West Australian taxpayer.
You betcha.
I'm Ben Harvey. For more Up Late, click the subscribe button below.